So if the past week or week and a half has shown us anything, it's that there is something gravely wrong with our country. And not just our country, but some of the hearts and the minds of the men and women who live in it. You know, many of us knew well before the horrific events at the U.S. Capitol that something was off. Something wasn't right, that we were steadily marching toward chaos. But this week, it's as though the cultural devolution that's been kicking up into high gear went full throttle. And listen, I'm not naive. Political chaos has always been here, but in recent years, okay, it has kicked up. It has gotten worse. You talk about the 2017 congressional baseball shooting. That was the event that targeted Republican officials. You've got Representative Maxine Waters telling people to, quote, publicly confront and harass members of the Trump administration. You've got Trump's endless insults and rhetoric. And you look at all of it, and I can't help but realize that we have allowed our hope to be stripped away, all while being inundated with toxic political drama. I look at last summer, our cities were burning. And then I look at the climax of all of this, the invasion of the U.S. Capitol, a symbol of freedom and liberty across the globe. That event should disgust and grieve us all beyond belief. And a lot of us are sitting here asking, how did we get here? And yet maybe we're not willing to look at the reality that we've abandoned God, that we've lost our way, that we've pushed transcendent truth out of the equation and exchanged it for whims and lies and personal narratives that are based on nothing more than our emotion. You've got Hollywood and media and universities that are reinforcing the idea that there is no God, that we are all that matter, that we get to decide our own morality. But here's the problem. God built us to place Him at the center and not ourselves. And yet people today are hungering for something bigger and more powerful, and somehow many are unfortunately bypassing God, and they're finding this doomed faith in politics or politicians or movements or parties or the government itself. You know, these are deficient replacements that can never fully satisfy us. And maybe some of you don't believe me, maybe you think this is ridiculous, but I would encourage you to get out a graph, look at our move away from God and morals, and you will see that nearly every other dire issue worsening in America is worsening along the same trend line. We've got pain at an all-time high, suicide rates, addiction, overdose deaths, the list goes on. People are desperate for something greater. But our culture is desperate to hold back the antidote. Putting Jesus at the center changes everything, shifting our focus from fake gods like politics and party to the true living God. That is what will heal us. The Republican Party can't save us. The Democratic Party can't save us. Only Jesus can. And I look at what happened at the Capitol, and that is the fruits of people who are confused about where their allegiance lies, where their hope lies. That has infected all of our culture. And if you're even open to a little bit of what I'm saying, crack open a Bible, read John 3, look at that reality, look at what we're doing as a country, because if we don't stop, we are doomed to repeat history or worse. If you want to make America great again, if you want to do whatever slogan you want to do, the only way you're going to do that is if each one of us makes a change for the betterment of all of us.